Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, Wes Troop, and if you haven't seen yesterday's episode, check it out, but I have started doing random reviews through January. Every 2 or 3 times a week, I'm going to put one of my films. I'm going to take my book, obviously, which is like 2,500 films, something like that. Put that in the number generator, whatever pops up, I'm going to review. So, and definitely interesting. I got Last Chance Harvey was the last episode, and that was interesting. I liked that one. Glad I checked it out. This time, I got a movie called Heckler, which is a 2007 documentary. Usually I'm not too down with the documentaries, but, I thought, that sounds like fun. Sounds like it's a fun documentary, so I'm really glad I checked this one out. Let me tell you about it. 2007 documentary that features comedians and actors giving their opinion on how they feel about the art of heckling during their set. Now, hopefully everyone knows what a heckler is. You go to a comedy club or whatever, say, and the comedian's doing their bit, and all of a sudden someone from the audience yells, "Oh yeah, your mom," or you know what I mean? "That's what she said," or whatever. And then the comedian usually has a quick wit answer back. So that's what I basically thought this film would all be about. But they also, the actors and the comedians, talk about critics, such as myself, reviewing their films. So, I thought that was very interesting as well. Jamie Kennedy stars in this film, documentary. I guess it was his idea, really. And we see him take on hecklers and critics of some of his films, which is quite interesting, by the way. There's so many people that they interview in this documentary. From everyone to Howie Mandel to who did I have written here? Louis Anderson is a big one they interview. Andrew Dice Clay, and even to George Lucas. So, the creator of the wars, ladies and gentlemen. But it's definitely an interesting documentary. There's a lot of great people they interview to hear their opinion about hecklers and whatnot. So there you go. I definitely thought it was an interesting, uncensored piece, by the way. So there's no holds barred, as we would say in the wrestling community on this one. That I thought would mostly be about the comedians talking about their hecklers and whatnot, but it quickly turns into talking about critics, which are kind of like hecklers, according to them. I don't know. That's what they say. Kennedy and others confront some of their critics, and what the critics have to say is really rather harsh. But it is funny to see how the comedians deal with their hecklers and stuff. Some of the scenes and whatnot are very funny. I said some of the stuff they say are harsh. When I review a film on here, just to break it down for everybody, because this film is basically about what I do, so it was really interesting to see their point of view, But when I review a film, I usually try to say at least one good thing about it. You know what I mean? So I can't say it's total crap. I could say it could have worked better like this. It could have worked. They could have done this. Try and not make it seem like it's so bad. But, or if a star's performance isn't too great, I'll just say, it wasn't the greatest. He's not winning an Oscar, whatever. But some of these critics, what they say, this person is a rape baby, and, I wish they would just die. How can you what I mean? How can you really say that about another person when not even knowing them personally? I could say that with people I know personally, but, but you know what I mean? You don't know this person, But, and some actors really do take their criticisms to heart. I know, I do. I've done acting in the past, not like movies, but stage shows here. And it does get down. You get depressed when you hear people say about, oh, he sucked, or you know what I mean. Oh, especially stuff like that, like, oh, just die already. I just wish your career would be over. It does get depressing. On here, I get reviewed on the A-List and the A-List Review. And, I'm reviewing movies, and I get reviewed for reviewing movies. So it's like, okay, now you're reviewing me for reviewing something. Okay, interesting. But, it does hurt. I'll say, when you see negative stuff on here, like, get a life, or, you know what I mean? I'm doing this for fun, basically. I don't get paid for this, yet. I'm doing it to do it, to help out people. If they hear about a movie, and they say, you know what? Let's see what Wes would say. That's what I would love to happen, but, there's got to be people out there that are negative. I mean, I've met some interesting people through here. I've talked to some people. It's been a great experience. I like doing it, but if you have something bad to say, can you at least be a little nice about it? You know what I mean? Even any reviewers, not just reviewing the A-List because no one cares, but you know what I mean? Like, just be a little nice and don't be like, oh, I wish they could go dive off a cliff, because it does hurt. Until you get criticized yourself for these things, you don't really realize it. But whatever. Anyway, I'm done. I'm off my off my tangent there for a minute. I think anyone who does this, review films, review anything, review shows for Broadway, review TV shows, whatever. I think you really should watch this film to see, what you do, how it impacts some of the people that you write about, or talk about, or whatever. I'm very glad this randomly popped up, because I had no idea what it was about all this stuff. It was a a lot of insight. Some people say it's one-sided, but really, do the critics really have a lot to, defend themselves with? I don't know. But, if you're really into this business, not just reviewing, but in the movie business itself, the comics, I definitely suggest you watch this. Up-and-coming comics, or anybody who's a comic, if you just want to watch an interesting documentary. If you're into movies, I suggest this one. I really do. If not, this film may not be a cup of your tea, If you're not into comedians or actors or anything, I would stay away from them. Anyway, I thought it was a very good film. Therefore, the A-List gives the film Heckler the rating of Do It. As I said before, if you're in those categories, I would definitely check it out. It's a good documentary. So, till the next review, which will be tomorrow, probably a random review, I'm guessing. Alright, till then, Troop out.